Stop guessing. Can you really tell if a woman has just done it? Hello, everyone. I'm Dudu. Today we're going to talk about a private and hot topic, how to judge if a woman has just done it. When it comes to this, I guess many people's curiosity is aroused. In your mind, all kinds of weird ideas are starting to bubble up, right? But don't be in a hurry. We have to talk about it carefully. This matter is not as simple as it seems on the surface. Many so-called judgment methods are unreliable, evil ways. Let me tell you a ridiculous story first. I have a very close friend who has recently fallen in love. Maybe he cares too much about his girlfriend, and suddenly he became obsessed. He always feels that his girlfriend is hiding something from him and asks around how to judge whether his girlfriend has just done it with someone else. He even went online to find those so-called love secrets and really believed some weird statements. There is an outrageous secret that says you can tell by looking at a girl's eyes. If her eyes are blurry and watery, it means she has just had sex. This has really hurt my friend. Every time he sees his girlfriend, he stares straight into her eyes, which makes his girlfriend look confused. She even thinks that something has gotten into her eyes. In the end, she got angry with him and asked him what was going on. They almost broke up because of this. This incident tells us that we should never believe those statements that have no scientific basis. Otherwise, not only can we not judge, but we may also mess up our relationship. Many people think that they can find clues to judge from the girl's physical appearance. For example, some people think that they can tell by looking at the girl's walking posture. They think that the walking posture of a girl who has just had sex will be different from usual, with big steps or a little shy. But in fact, walking posture is affected by many factors, such as usual habits, shoes worn on that day, whether there is an injury, and even mood, which may change a person's walking posture. Take wearing high heels, for example. When a girl wears high heels and flat shoes, her walking posture is definitely different. Can we say that she has just because she has changed her walking posture after wearing high heels? This is obviously too absurd. Some people say that you can judge by looking at the changes in a girl's private parts. For example, if the private parts are a little red and swollen, it means that she has just had sex. But there are too many reasons for the redness and swelling of private parts. In addition to the friction caused by sexual intercourse, gynecological inflammations, such as vulvitis and edema, can also cause symptoms such as redness, swelling, and ditching in the private part. Moreover, tightened, non-breathable underwear can also cause local friction and stiffness in the private parts, causing redness and swelling. Even if the redness and swelling are really caused by sexual intercourse, after a period of rest, the body's own repair mechanism may also make the redness and swelling subside. So, there is no way to make an accurate judgment through this. Let's talk about the topic of hymen, which is old talk. Many people think that if the hymen is broken, it means that you have had sex, and you can tell whether you have just had sex. But the shape and structure of the hymen vary from person to person, and the difference is huge. Some girls' hymenes are thin and elastic, and they may have broken during strenuous exercise, such as riding a bicycle, running, or using tampons, while some girls' hymenes are thicker, and even if they have had sex, they may not be completely broken. So it is unreliable to judge whether a girl has just had sex based solely on the hymen. It is like holding a wrong key to open a lock, which cannot be opened at all. From a psychological perspective, there are also great differences between the two sexes. Some people think that after a girl has just had sex, her psychological state will change significantly. For example, she will become particularly shy, blush, or be particularly emotional. But girls' emotions are inherently complex and changeable. Maybe because you have completed a big project at work and have been praised by your boss, you are in a particularly good mood and your face is full of smiles, or because you have a little conflict with your friends, you are in a low mood and become taciturn. These emotional changes are not necessarily related to whether you have just had sex. Moreover, every girl has a different personality. Some girls are outgoing and will not show it very obviously, even if they have just experienced intimate behavior, while some girls are more introverted and may blush and be shy at a little thing. So, you can't easily judge simply based on your psychological state and emotional changes. From the perspective of social behavior, many people also have misunderstandings. Some people think that after a girl has just done it, the topic or attitude of chatting with friends will change. For example, she suddenly becomes more fond of talking about topics such as love and gender relations. But the topics of chat between girls are originally very wide. Today, because you watched a romantic love movie, you may have a heated discussion with your friends about the beauty of love tomorrow. Because you read a book about women's growth, you may communicate with your friends about your experience of self-improvement. The change of these topics is more influenced by external things and has nothing to do with whether or not sex has just been done. Let me share a real case with you. I know a couple. The husband is very suspicious and always suspects that his wife is cheating. One day, after the wife came home from get off work, she looked a little tired and hummed a little song. The husband began to think wildly, thinking that his wife must have just had sex with someone else, so she was so happy and tired. The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. He actually took advantage of his wife's bath and secretly checked her underwear, trying to find the so-called evidence. As a result, of course, nothing was found. When the wife knew about it, she was furious and felt that her privacy had been seriously violated. The two had a big fight and almost got to the point of divorce. Later, I learned that the wife hummed a little song that day because a difficult problem at work was solved, and she was tired because she was too tired from overtime. You see, blind speculation not only cannot solve the problem, but also brings great harm to the relationship between the two parties. Just like throwing a big stone into a calm lake, the waves it stirs up may make the entire lake restless. So why are there so many people keen on judging whether a woman has just done it? From the perspective of gender relations, this is often caused by insecurity and control. In an intimate relationship, both parties desire the other party to be loyal to themselves. Once the cornerstone of this trust is cracked, one party will try to verify their guesses through various methods and want to firmly control the other party's every move. But this approach is actually very unhealthy. Trust is the foundation of a relationship. If you are always suspicious, the relationship will sooner or later crack. Just like a house without a solid foundation, it will sooner or later be shaky. Moreover, trying to judge whether a girl has just done this behavior is essentially disrespectful to the other party. Everyone has their own privacy and living space. Even the closest partners have no right to arbitrarily invade each other's privacy. We should trust our partners and maintain our relationship through good communication and mutual understanding. When you have doubts about your partner's behavior, you might as well communicate with him or her honestly, express your feelings and concerns, and find solutions to the problem together, instead of using some unfounded methods to pry into the other person's privacy so that the relationship can be more. Boys, it is really unreliable to use some simple methods to judge whether a woman has just done it. We must respect everyone's privacy and personal life and not be misled by those statements without scientific basis. In a relationship, more trust and more communication are the secrets to maintaining a long-term and stable relationship. Well, today we will talk about this somewhat sensitive and interesting topic here. Boys, have you ever had a conflict caused by random guesses? Come to the commentary and share your stories. We will talk again next time. Bye.